So the big questions that we are raising tonight, will now the India Alliance project a prime ministerial face, and could that be Mallikarjun Kharge? Can the opposition therefore get its act together? Or is the opposition in no position really to fight the Modi juggernaut? Will the opposition be able to ensure maximum one-on-one fights with the BJP? The big questions coming in tonight, particularly that Kharge question. Joining me now, Priyanka Kakkar is Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Remember, they are among the parties that have supported the idea of Mallikarjun Kharge as the India Alliance PM candidate. Sanju Verma, BJP's evergreen spokesperson. Mohan Kumaramangalam, Congress's spokesperson, joins me. Ghanshyam Tiwari from the Samajwadi Party, which, remember, could not strike an alliance with the Congress recently in Madhya Pradesh. I want to come to each of you one by one. First, you, Mohan Kumaramangalam. We broke the story at about 5:45 of Mamta Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal proposing the name of Mallikarjun Kharge, and then asked the question to Mr. Kharge. He immediately said, no, all decisions will be taken after the election. First, we have to win it. Why is the Congress unwilling to pitch, as other opposition allies seem to be, for Mallikarjun Kharge as Prime Minister? Is it the Gandhis who are not in favor? What is it that prevented you all from accepting Mamta's proposal?
Rajdeep, I wasn't in the room, and as far as the statements that have been made in the press meet after the alliance meet, or by individual leaders whose statements you showed right now before we started talking, none of them have said that this sort of proposal was made.
No, I have confirmed it. Mr. Mohan Kumaramangalam, I asked the question specifically to Mallikarjun Kharge. He did not deny it. I can confirm that the proposal is on the table.
He neither denied nor confirmed it. Let's still talk in conjecture, because let's just say what you're saying is true for a minute. I think that if the India Alliance does choose to project one leader, it will be a unanimous decision. And as all the leaders have stated, this particular alliance meet has been mostly about seat sharing and figuring out where we're going to campaign together and how we're going to go to the electorate together. So I can't say for that. I think you're being uncharitable.
Okay, we need to get your line better, Mr. Kumaramangalam. In the meantime, I'll go to Priyanka Kakkar. Priyanka Kakkar, it is Aam Aadmi Party's Arvind Kejriwal who joined Mamta Banerjee in proposing Mr. Kharge's name. What's the politics behind it? Do you believe that simply Mallikarjun Kharge being a Dalit face is going to attract Dalit voters, or has Indian politics moved well beyond that?
Rajdeep ji, good evening to everyone. I see nothing wrong with supporting the name of Mr. Kharge. He's someone who's risen up the ranks from a booth level volunteer to the party president now. He's the leader of opposition currently, and why not? Why not? So it was just a proposal, and let's see what becomes of it. And we have to start talking about these things. We have to start talking about seat sharing. We have to start talking about our strategies. So we are well on the path.
So is it a sign of desperation, ma'am? Is it a sign of desperation that after the defeats that the Congress has suffered in the Hindi heartland states, you all need to think out of the box? Is this a sign that the India Alliance has realized that unless you think out of the box, you can't take on Prime Minister Modi?
I would not think so, because, I was watching one of your shows which said that Congress overall, if you look at all the states combined, got some 10 lakh extra votes. So I would not think so. And we still not, since the show's debate line was such, so I am constrained to say this, that a week is a long time in politics, and we're right on path.
All of you are playing very, very defensively today. Ghanshyam Tiwari, are you going to be willing to step out and say, look, the India Alliance needs to do something, and needs to do something soon, because otherwise time is running out. The BJP is already ready with its 2024 plan, and you all are still discussing programs, mass contact programs, Kaun Banega, Pradhan Mantri, potential seat sharing allies. We've got just 3 months to go before the elections.
Good evening, Rajdeep, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. Three things are clear. One is that Mr. Kharge has already defeated Mr. Modi in the Karnataka elections, where Mr. Modi was the face of the campaign. Mr. Amit Shah was his deputy in the Karnataka campaign, and BJP was squarely defeated. That is one. Second, that it rests the continuous speculations that Modi ke khilaf kaun, Modi ke ye kaun, wo kaun. There is no one who has said that Mr. Kharge is not a suitable candidate. And that is the strength of India Alliance, that there are people with solid track record, solid credibility at their state level and national level. And as a result, this is a discussion that can go in an amiable way. And third and final, you are right that BJP is ready. One, they have Mr. Modi, and other is Mr. Modi ki guarantee. For them, whatever those guarantees would be, but as it is clear from Rajasthan that BJP is not giving a 450 rupees cylinder, they will not talk about jobs. That is not going to be their guarantee. So Modi ji ki guarantee is unemployment. And India Alliance guarantee has to be employment. India Alliance guarantee has to be an affordable way of living and finding prosperity, especially for the poor, not for the Adanis and the people for whom 15 lakh crore was given away as dole by this government in write-offs. So the India Alliance guarantee is going to be a counter to Mr. Modi's guarantee. The India Alliance itself, no matter what BJP party or BJ party talks about it, it is India Alliance. India Alliance in
No, you're talking about an India Alliance, sir, when you all could not even tie up in Madhya Pradesh. The fact was you asked for a couple of seats in Madhya Pradesh and Akhilesh Yadav and Congress couldn't come on the same page. So this India Alliance needs to start getting its act together.
Yes, but did that... does BJP demonstrate the confidence it should? We are seeing the blackest day in our parliament history when 141 members of parliament have been suspended, and people like Braj Bhushan Singh are symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party. Ramesh Viduri is a symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party. Every one of your viewers who's watching can look at their son or daughter and ask them that whether Mahua Moitra deserves to be in parliament or Braj Bhushan Singh deserves to be in parliament. Whether Ramesh Viduri be suspended or Pratap Simha be suspended, or the members of parliament who asked the question about accountability of the home minister be suspended. These are the questions with which we will go to people in 2024.
Okay. Yeah, Sanju Verma, I'll get you in a moment, but Mohan Kumar Mangalam, since the line had got cut briefly, I want a clear answer from you. Does the Congress party believe you should go into the 2024 election with a face to take on Prime Minister Modi?
Rajitji, I don't believe it's necessary to have one person. I don't think a democracy works that way. I've said that many times before. I think I believe in collective leadership, and the Congress party believes in the same. I think I believe on contesting on issues, not on personalities. In fact, I am on the side of Dr. Ambedkar in that I don't think personality cult is good for our polity at all.
So you're happy to have an election where the BJP asks Modi versus who?
I'm happy to have an election because I think the public are of the mood right now, which is anyone but Mr. Modi. And I think the people have
Where is this mood coming from? Mohan Kumar Mangalam, you made a statement at a time when the BJP has just swept 3 out of 4 states, and you're telling me the public mood is anyone but Modi?
Rajdeep, why would you attribute those victories to Mr. Modi? When the elections were happening, you didn't choose to say those elections were about Mr. Modi. Suddenly, now that those states have been won, Mr. Modi is swept into
I'm going by the polls. Look at every poll figure, his popularity remains pretty rock solid.
Well, if his popularity remains that rock solid, we'll see how it translates into vote share. Now, let me tell you generally that if you look at the UP in 2019, which, is an election that is widely talked about it being a massive swing for Mr. Modi, right? And you look at the UP, we were at 91 seats, 27% vote share. The India Alliance with the same vote share is about 144 MPs today, 37.5% vote share. You take those 3 categories, basically BJP versus Congress, BJP versus regional parties, and Congress versus regional parties. In BJP versus regional parties, there were about 185 seats contested, of which BJP won 128 by only a 7% margin. The third party, the person who came third in those electoral combats had more than 7%, and today is in the India Alliance. So please, let's not take a 4-state election and project that out to be an inevitability for the parliament elections.
I'm going to give you all the graphic. Just a minute, sir. I'm going to give you all the graphic BJP versus Congress, BJP versus regional parties in a moment also where seat sharing takes place. But Sanju Verma, your first comments. Does the fact that if this India Alliance puts up Mallikarjun Kharge, a Dalit whose life story is coming from a very poor, humble family to becoming Congress president, whose mother was killed in front of his eyes during communal riots, and yet he showed no hatred ever towards minorities, it's a very compelling story. Is that the kind of story that could take on Mr. Modi's story?
Rajdeep, we are 16 minutes into the debate. I listened very patiently to the other three panelists without heckling even once.
Excellent.
Because you always say कि मुझे तू मैंने वाली debates पसंद नहीं है. तो बिना तू मैंने किए, let me just address each of the queries, and I will address the elephant in the room. First and foremost, since you seem to be a movie aficionado, वो जो एक कालिया मूवी में अमिताभ बच्चन का एक डायलॉग था, हम जहां खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू हो जाती है. And after the thumping victory of the BJP in the Hindi heartland, winning Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and in Chhattisgarh, proving every political pundit wrong, who said, oh, Bhupesh Baghel is coming in for a second term, poor BJP. And look, pop punditry was thrown down the tube. So first and foremost, my point is this. Narendra Modi, as the Prime Minister, as the BJP leader, his popularity is gravity defying. And I think the best explanation of Narendra Modi's popularity is this. Narendra Modi pulls off what few other leaders have managed to do. He banishes the near universal factor of anti-incumbency, and his popularity rankings defy the law of gravity. 52% people feel he's still the best candidate for the Prime Minister's job. 62.7% feel that his second term is either good or outstanding. Even at his nadir, his popularity never went below 54% during COVID. Written on the 25th of August 2023 by Editor-in-Chief of India Today, Arun Puri. Now let's come to the most important point. I think, Rajdeep, as you always say, and I've learned this from you after listening to your election analysis, politics is obviously about arithmetic. Winnability is very important. Nobody can dispute that. But politics is also about a connect, about that X factor. It is about a chemistry that the leader has with his electorate. Tell me honestly, in this particular article, Mr. Puri has written, he's given credit to Rahul Gandhi for his Bharat Jodo Yatra. But he says, despite Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi's acceptance and popularity rate only increases from 14% to 16%, a 2 percentage point jump. We leave Rahul Gandhi for the time being. My simple logic is this. Forget about the fact that the BJP has Niti, Niyat, Karyakram, Karyakoshti, booth level managers, Panna Pramukhs, so on and so forth, which everybody is well versed with. Let us talk about the Dalit factor. And it's a very interesting concept. Mallikarjun Kharge as the Dalit face versus Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the OBC face. But let's not kid ourselves. I think, as you always say, ye public hai, ye sab janti hai. And the public knows that the legacy of B.R. Ambedkar was obliterated by who? By the Congress party. Babu Jagjeevan Ram, one of India's tallest defense ministers and a Dalit at that, his legacy was obliterated by whom? By the Congress party. Very recently, I won't go to the Nehruvian era because nahi to log bolenge rahe ye वापस Nehru par chale gaye. Ramnath Kovind became the first Dalit president. And Sonia Gandhi took a good solid 21 months to even go and pay him a courtesy visit. And at that time, she was the leader of the Congress in terms of being the Congress president. But more importantly, let's talk about hard numbers. I think you cannot win 2024 no matter whether you are an OBC face or a tribal face or a Dalit face until and unless you have the OBC vote share. Because OBCs in most states account for 50 to 52% of the electorate, and in 30 seconds, the OBC vote share of BJP in 2009 Lok Sabha was 22%. It rose to 31% in 2014, but come 2019, the BJP's vote share among OBCs is 42% as of 2019, and among the extremely backward castes, it is 48%. How are you going to beat the Modi juggernaut?
Okay, you made a point. Ma'am, I've listened. Your 30 seconds now is up.
More, Rajdeep. Indulge me for 10 seconds more.
Okay.
I humbly plead.
Okay.
Ghanshyam Tiwari is I always say Ghanshyam is a reasonably intelligent guy, very well read. But when Ghanshyam Tiwari talks about Narendra Modi and Brij Bhushan, I just want to remind Ghanshyam Tiwari, I have condemned Brij Bhushan despite being the national spokesperson of BJP. Being the national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, a party which is supposedly in alliance with Rahul Gandhi's Congress, did you condemn the Jodhpur gang rape of a minor? the Alwar gang rape of a minor in Rajasthan when Gehlot was in charge.
Okay, you made your point now, Sanju Verma. You made your point. Well, you see, let's not get into, we've just had an MLA of your party also who's just been arrested, who's been convicted for 25 years for the rape of a minor. So let's. No, 1 minute, ma'am. The fact is, I want to focus today on.
Under Gehlot for a change, Rajdeep.
Ma'am.
You are one of the reasons why Ashok Gehlot never got the real picture.
Okay.
आपने उनको हमेशा चने के झाड़ पे
नहीं, please now. See, Sanju Verma, you start off well and you move into another direction. You've given a very strong defense as to why you believe Narendra Modi, according to you, is invincible. And I'll come to the other side. And I want to first play out Congress versus BJP, because in a way, all this India alliance is fine. The real Kamzor Kadi, many believe, is the Congress. Why? Polls of 2019, 190 seats approximately, which had direct one-on-one fights. BJP won 175, Congress won about 15 of them. Vote share in these seats, BJP was 56.5%, Congress was 35.3%. So, Mohan Kumaramangalam, first challenge is that unless the Congress gets its act together, this India alliance is going nowhere. And that's the big question. How is the Congress going to really get its act together after the 3 defeats you've just suffered?
Rajiv, it may sound like I'm a broken record here, but I keep saying that the state elections have no bearing on central elections. We saw that in the last round as well, when we won all the 3 states before the 2019 elections. We believe that our vote shares are intact. And as I was saying before I got cut off, even a 5% or 6% vote swing on many of these seats can lead to a toppling completely of those numbers. So let's not look at those state elections and then extrapolate them to the central elections. I want to respond to a couple of things that Sanjuji said. One, I want to make sure I put it on record that Ramnath Govindji was not the first Dalit president. It was Narayanan in 1997. I hope she gets her facts right the next time she comes on the show. The second thing, I think they've got this obsession with gravity. Of course, Mr. Piyush Goyal said that Albert Einstein didn't need maths to do gravity, but I'm hoping she gets her math right this time when it comes to actually extrapolating numbers. And where the Congress is valuable is not only in direct contest between BJP and the Congress, but very much so in these contests where BJP is fighting regional parties, where Congress in many places ends up being the difference maker as number 3rd, which today, when they're in alliance with those regional parties, can pull that particular party over the post.
Okay, good point. Let me take that to the next graphic and then come to my Aap and Samajwadi Party guests. What if this opposition alliance comes together? And these are numbers provided to us by My India Axis. Which are the states where an alliance is not, one-on-one fight is not possible between the opposition and the BJP? UP, where remember Mayawati is out of this alliance, that's 80. Haryana, 10 seats. Could there be one-on-one? Maybe, possibly. Will AAP and Congress come together? But remember, there's also the INLD there, which is not part of India. Andhra Pradesh, where Chandrababu versus Jagan Mohan Reddy, they're doing their own battles. Odisha, Biju Janata Dal is not part of this alliance, 21 seats. Telangana, where KCR is not part of the India alliance. So total 153 seats where one-on-one fights seem difficult. Is this one-on-one formula irrelevant? Take a look at states where it doesn't really matter, because here it's a direct Congress versus BJP fight already. MP 29, Rajasthan 25, Chhattisgarh 11, Uttarakhand 5, Himachal Pradesh 4, Goa 2, although Aam Aadmi Party would dispute that, Karnataka 28, now that JDS has tied up with BJP, Assam 14, Northeast by and large 11, UT is 5. Total 134, where it really doesn't matter what happens with the India Alliance. But where the India Alliance has possibilities are Bengal 42, Punjab 13, Delhi 7, Gujarat 26, which add up to about 88. Now these 88, if you add up with the 134, that's the number which the India Alliance needs to look at. Quite possible. State seats, Bihar 40. These are where it's possible now. Bihar 40, Jharkhand 14, TN Puducherry 40, Maharashtra 48, Kerala 20, because both left and Congress are in the India Alliance, JNK Ladakh 6, 168. You add up the 168 and the 88, 256 seats are where the opposition can have one-on-one fights with the BJP. Now I want to ask you a straight question, Priyanka Kakkar, in Delhi, 7 seats out of these 256. Are you ready for a one-on-one fight? Are you ready for a one-on-one fight with the BJP? Will Arvind Kejriwal, is he committed to fighting with the Congress?
Arvind Kejriwal ji, let me assure you, Arvind Kejriwal ji will do anything that is for the betterment of the country. That is the demand of the nation. There is no denying that. There is no doubt about it. So whatever be, the modalities, the formalities will be definitely public in the times to come. I'll be speaking too soon. So let us just wait for how it shapes up.
No, but the question is, time is running out.
Always maintained.
Priyanka Kakkar, time is running out. We are already towards the second half of December.
Agreed. Having said that, I also said previously that, somebody said this, a week is a long time in politics, and it's not that we are starting from ground zero. We are all big names, tall leaders who have a good sangathan, who have been working on the ground, who are tall leaders in their own states. It's not like we'll be starting from ground zero. It is only that this alliance has to take a more formal shape, and I'm absolutely assured, and I can assure you that Arvind Kejriwal ji will put nation first above anything else.
Okay. Ghanshyam Tiwari, UP, 1 minute. No election can really be won, many would say, in Delhi. You can't defeat the BJP in a general election without UP. At the moment in UP, you won't have a one-on-one fight. Mayawati is not part of your India alliance. And even in states like Madhya Pradesh, as we saw that in a state election, Congress was reluctant to go along with you. So I want to understand, do you see Uttar Pradesh to be your Kamzor Kadi? Uttar Pradesh's 80 seats is your Achilles heel if you can't have one-on-one fights.
Well, two parts, Rajdeep. One is that I don't think seat sharing is a challenge in Uttar Pradesh. Akhilesh Yadav ji, as our national president, has clearly stated. And second is the agenda of Uttar Pradesh is in some way the agenda of India alliance. The agenda of Uttar Pradesh.
How is it not a challenge? The Bahujan Samaj Party is not part of your alliance. You are just you and the Congress at the moment.
Yes, I'm saying within
and the
India
RLD.
Alliance. I'm saying within India Alliance, the seat sharing is not a challenge, not with respect to BSP. That discussion is not on the table at the moment. Okay. As far as the agenda of India Alliance is concerned, in some way it is the agenda of Uttar Pradesh, where we see the highest number of unemployed youth are in Uttar Pradesh. The caste census is the most rooted element of politics in Uttar Pradesh right now, the PDA alliance that we talk about, and Braj Bhushan Singh, the man who is the symbol of women empowerment for BJP, is from Uttar Pradesh.
No, 1 minute, ma'am. Now you're being impatient.
So clearly the agenda of India Alliance is also rooted, and for BJP it is their religious politics. It's the lab of toxic religious politics that BJP practices across the India comes from Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh is central, you are right, but it is not the seat sharing. It is our ability as India Alliance to prove to the youth of Uttar Pradesh that India Alliance is a guarantee of jobs, whereas Modi ji's guarantee is unemployment that is visible.
I'm going to put another graphic before the slightly impatient Sanju Verma joins me, because Sanju ji, look at these numbers. Lok Sabha polls 2019, BJP versus regional parties. Total 185 seats. BJP won 128, Congress won 57 of these. Vote share of the BJP was 47.2, Congress was 40.2. This is BJP versus where there were regional parties also in the fray. But I want to understand, I need to check that graphic for a moment, but I want to understand from you, Sanju Verma, do you accept that if there are one-on-one fights across India, then in 250 seats, the opposition has a chance arithmetically? Forget the chemistry. The arithmetic does give, I know you're laughing when you're saying that, but let me just give you an example. If you're laughing, ma'am, but just assume that the Mahavikas Agadi comes together. They give you a fight. It's no longer a clean sweep in the second biggest state of Maharashtra. Or indeed, if Lalu, Nitish and Congress are together, they give you a fight in Bihar.
Rajdeep, there are already three political analysts or panelists, what have you, from the opposition. अभी यदि आप भी opposition के panelists की तरह root करोगे, तो then Sanju Verma is in a minority.
No. I give you the graphics. I give you examples. You please counter my examples.
So now let me come. Now let me come to the point. Don't heckle me, Rajdeep, because you have this very nice arc. Yes. The moment BJP starts speaking, you will get your graphics, you will get Falana Dhamkina into the picture. मुझे अभी बोलने दीजिए. तीन लोग मुझसे पहले बोल चुके, अभी मेरी बारी है. And I have the right to be restless because I will speak hard facts. I will not go into hodgepodge and fictitious numbers like, the Congress panelist. First and foremost, let's get this very clear. The Achilles heel is always how tightly can the alliance be stitched. And I tell you what, जो हिंदी में कहावत है, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूंक फूंक कर पीता है. Beat the Devegowda government, beat the Chandrasekhar government, beat I.K. Gujral, or for that matter, the fractious relationship at the end between VP Singh and Rajiv Gandhi. कोई ऐसा बचा नहीं जिसे कांग्रेस ने ठगा नहीं. So the Congress has always been at the epicenter of letting down its allies. So I tell you with
Ma'am, I must intervene. You're saying Congress has let down allies. Just look at the shape of the BJP from Akalis to JDU to Shiv Sena. All of them, AIDMK have left you. उनका क्या होगा?
Let me finish.
नहीं, उनका क्या होगा?
हाँ, तो आपके अभी जवाब सुनिए. सवाल पूछा ना राजदीप सरदेसाई जी, जवाब सुनने की हिम्मत रखिए. I will tell you what the difference is. Now please hold your horses. You spoke. You asked a question, now listen to my answer.
Lovely.
The difference is this. BJP on a standalone basis has the ability to win 300 seats. So while we respect our allies, our victory in 2024 is not dependent on allies. But in the case of ... alliance, यहाँ पर सूरमा तो अपने आप को हर कोई कहता है, but the largest partner in the alliance has 52 seats. अरे जितने कांग्रेस के पास MPs हैं, उससे almost double number तो हमारे सिर्फ OBC के MPs हैं, 114. But now let me come to the moot point which Ghanshyam raised repeatedly on your show, and this needs to be answered because this is a serious allegation. And I'll tell you, people said, "Oh, why does BJP not quote, the NSSO numbers?" Now the PLFS survey done by the NSSO has been released, and listen to this. Rajdeep Sardesai's audience needs to know. Unemployment rate has fallen to a historic low in India as per the periodic labor force survey in 2022-23, FY23, 3.2%. The male participation rate has hit a new high of 79%, and for the first time in post-independent India, the female labor force participation rate has risen from a measly 23% to 37%. The rural labor force participation rate is 61%, a new high, and the urban labor force participation rate is 50.2%. So unemployment पर यहाँ बैठकर भाषण देने से पहले read the latest report by NSSO. And let me also say, Ghanshyam, you keep talking about Brij Bhushan. I remember, when Akhilesh Yadav was still in power before being booted out in 2017, 2022, in any case, he never stood a chance. A reporter asked him, बलिया में एक लड़की का बलात्कार हुआ है, अखिलेश यादव जी आपका कुछ कहना बनता है? Would you like to comment? What was Akhilesh Yadav's retort to the journalist? अरे बलिया में उस लड़की के साथ बलात्कार हुआ है ना, आपके साथ तो कुछ नहीं हुआ ना, आप तो सही सलामत हो. This is the नैतिकता of your so-called लाल टोपीधारी अखिलेश यादव. इसलिए यहाँ बैठकर बीजेपी को नैतिकता का भाषण मत दो, घनश्याम तिवारी जी.
Okay, you.
Last but not the least,
So that.
Please now give me 10
No.
10 seconds more.
Okay.
10 seconds more, Rajdeep.
Okay.
मैं वापस दोहराऊंगी. मोदी जी जहां खड़े हो जाते हैं, लाइन वहां से शुरू होती है. सोनिया प्लस राहुल प्लस नीतीश प्लस तेजस्वी प्लस एनके स्टालिन प्लस केजरीवाल प्लस ममता प्लस ब्ला 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 ब्ला. 0 plus 0 plus 0.
Okay, we are having some problem with your fader. My producer, we are having some problem with your voice. But Ghanshyam Tiwari, I think Sanju Verma makes the point, for example, of unemployment, which we are told is going to be a big calling card of your India alliance. Do you believe that you can win an election saying that Berozgari badi hai? Do you believe that? People want to know what is the narrative that the India alliance will have in the weeks ahead, apart from anti-Modism. We are saying this in a week where 141 MPs of yours, of the opposition, have been suspended. What is your calling card? What will you go to the voters with?
Well, Rajdeep, it's not a narrative. We are facing a situation where unemployed youth on the agenda of unemployment had to jump into the well of the parliament to make their voice heard, and an unaccountable home minister is missing in action and ends up suspending 141 members of parliament when people like Ramesh Vidudi, Brij Bhushan, Pratap Simha are still in parliament.
How will you convince people? How will you convince people that unemployment is India's issue number one?
A perfect question. I think that, look, Prime Minister Modi in 2014 had the courage to say कि अच्छे दिन आएंगे. He had the courage to say 2 crore rozgar diye jayenge. It is another matter that he believed that he was not going to deliver it, and he fooled the people for 10 years. The question for India Alliance is not the seat sharing, as I said, is can we show that courage and credibility that we will bring Achheden, we will bring the unemployment down, will provide employment, that youth of India will not have to do these kind of desperate measures to get their nation to listen to their needs of employment, their needs to provide dignity to their own family members through their work. And the second, as BJP retracts from its promises of 400 rupees, 450 rupees cylinders, can the India Alliance bring together economic measures such that the poor don't have to pay 1200 rupees, which is a curse from Modi government to every poor family in India?
We come to one word, credibility, and I want to end that with Mohan Kumar Mangalam, credibility. This India Alliance needs to show credibility. It cannot be fighting with each other in states. Mr. Kejriwal is saying, I'll fight all seats in Punjab, and yet you all sit in a hotel room together. The people want stability, the people want credibility. How are you going to provide credibility? What is that credible option that the Congress is offering?
The credibility of the alliance will be drawn from the credibility of the individual leaders constituting the alliance, the manner in which they have performed in their respective states as chief ministers, and of course, the manner in which the Congress delivered growth during UPA 1 and UPA 2. Now, I want to say that while Sanju Verma chose to say that my numbers were fake, she didn't really clarify which parts were fake. She just chose to shoot and scoot, is what the BJP does as well. I will... you're going to interrupt me. I didn't heckle you at all, but I can see that that's basically what she likes to do.
You started off so beautifully today, patient. Patience now. You all are saying you are winning the election. Today is the day of the opposition. Let them speak. I am not Om Birla. I allow both sides to speak. Go ahead.
So let me say that I'm going to go back. Again, you're letting her talk over me, Rajdeep. I'm going to make sure that I heckle her the next time I'm on a show with her. This is ridiculous. I quietly listen to her band.
That's all you can do.
Oh, please stop it. Please stop it.
Voice slow. Sanju Verma, let him finish. I'll give you a final word.
Rajdeep ji, you were confused by a graphic that you put out which referred to the numbers that I had said earlier, which is 128 out of 185 seats where BJP contests against regional parties. The third party gets about 7% or more vote share, which means that if the third party comes together with that regional party, then you're able to topple the BJP in those 128 seats that BJP won out of 185. That is the lesson from that particular graphic. I wanted to reinforce that. You had the same numbers I did. So if Sanju's calling me a liar, she's calling you that as well.
Okay, I will give Sanju Verma's, otherwise she will target me on social media saying she was not given equal time with just 30 seconds and I'm counting it. Sanju Verma, कुछ तो डर है ये opposition alliance का या डर चला गया है? 3 जीत हो गए चुनाव में, you are not worried. हो गया, 2024 done deal.
You know, Rajdeep, I have used this on your show as much on your, colleague Rahul Kanwal show. Pradhan Mantri ne Lok Sabha ke floor par, a few months back he had said, taking a jibe at the opposition, he summed it up so beautifully. तुम्हारे पाँव के नीचे जमीन नहीं है, तुम्हारे पाँव के नीचे जमीन नहीं है, लेकिन कमाल तो ये है कि तुम्हें यकीन नहीं है. Without Uttar Pradesh, all hopes of forming government in 2024 is the Mungeri Lal ka haseen sapna for Rahul Gandhi. Only 2 seats in Uttar Pradesh 2022 assembly polls. राहुल गांधी was booted out of अमेठी. पहले ये बताओ, अमेठी में चुनाव लड़ने की हैसियत है राहुल गांधी की 2024 में? Answer that question. That will showcase his confidence. क्या राहुल गांधी अमेठी से चुनाव लड़ेंगे 2024 में? हिम्मत है, हैसियत है, तो बताओ, अभी जवाब दो.
Okay. No, you asked for a jawab. No, Sanju Verma voiced out. Mohan Kumar Mangalam, good question asked. If Rahul Gandhi wants to take on the BJP, fight them in UP, not in Kerala against your own India ally. You're going to Kerala where your ally is the left. Fight the BJP in Amethi.
I am sure when Mr. Gandhi makes the decision on where to contest, it will be North India and it might as well be Amethi. I am not officially tasked with announcing his, but I will say, please ask her to stop it. When I'm talking, aap zara band kariye, apna ehkar thoda thamiye.
Okay, time out. I'm leaving it there. Unfortunately, just when you thought that you'd get straight answers and you would have both the guests listening to each other, they've ended up talking at each other.